It all started because I just needed to escape. I live in Seattle, and the constant noise of the city was starting to crush me. I'm not a survivalist, but I love the outdoors. So I decided to spend the weekend in the Olympic National Forest. It's a real place, incredibly beautiful, dense mossy forests, fog, and total isolation. I picked a route that, according to some Reddit threads, wasn't exactly popular. That's what I wanted. Silence. I parked my Jeep Wrangler on an old gravel road near the Salt Duke River. The first few hours were perfect. The smell of damp pine needles, soft light breaking through the giant trees. I could feel the stress melting away. By evening, I found a small clearing for camp about 5 miles from the nearest paved road. I was setting up my tent when I saw it. About 20 yards away, at the base of an old cedar tree, something glinted. I walked over. It was a standard, cheap Bic lighter, bright yellow, and it looked brand new. No rust, no dirt. At first, I brushed it off. Maybe someone hiked through here a few hours ago. But then I looked around. No fire pit, no flattened grass, no broken branches. The moss was untouched. It looked like the lighter had been placed there carefully, on purpose. I shrugged, shoved it in my pocket, and went back to camp. Night in the Olympic Forest is dark, true dark. I crawled into my sleeping bag, turned on my flashlight, and started reading. It was around 11 p.m. when I heard the whistle. It wasn't the wind. It wasn't a bird. It was a clear human whistle. The melody was simple, slowed down version of Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. I froze. My heart was pounding so hard I could hear it in my ears. The sound wasn't coming from the trail. It was coming from the dense brush where the map said there was nothing but wilderness for miles. "Hey," I yelled. My voice cracked. "Is anyone out there?" The whistling stopped instantly. The silence became heavy. I turned off my light and grabbed my knife. I sat in total darkness for an hour, listening to every rustle. Nothing. Must have been my imagination, I told myself. Exhaustion took over, and I drifted into a restless sleep. I woke up to the cold. It was early morning, still gray. I crawled out of the tent to stretch, and then I froze. Around my tent, forming a perfect circle about 10 feet in diameter, were sticks stuck into the ground, ordinary branches but peeled clean of bark. There were about 20 of them. They weren't there when I went to sleep. Someone was here. Someone stood 3 feet from my head, quietly sticking these into the ground, and I didn't hear a thing. Panic hit me instantly. I didn't even pack the tent properly. I just crumpled it up and stuffed it into my backpack. I needed to leave. Now. I ran back to the car. I felt like someone was watching me from behind every tree. When I finally saw the chrome of my Jeep, I let out a breath I didn't know I was holding. I was safe. I unlocked the doors, threw my bag in, and opened the driver's side. That's when my blood ran cold. On the driver's seat lay another yellow lighter, identical to the one I found in the woods. But that wasn't the worst part. I knew I locked the car. I checked the glove box. It was open. My registration was there. Cash was there. Only one thing was missing: the SD card from my dashcam. I drove out of there breaking every speed limit. I didn't stop until I hit Seattle. I reported it to the police, but without signs of forced entry or a direct threat, there was nothing they could do. 3 months passed. I almost calmed down, but yesterday I got an email. No subject, just a smiley face. Inside was a video file. I opened it. It was the footage from my dash cam that night. The camera was filming the inside of my car, but then it cut to a handheld shot. Someone was filming through the windshield of my tent using the zoom. The camera was shaking and you could hear heavy, raspy breathing, and then a voice whispering right into the microphone. "You have beautiful dreams, Alex. Too bad you left so early. I never told anyone my name in the woods. And my email isn't public. I don't know who it was, but I know one thing. He didn't stay in the Olympic forest. He followed me home."